Mama Cook, the one and only Mama Cook. The one whose name alone satisfies the stomach. In the heart of Oru village, nestled between red earth paths and thick tropical trees, lived a tall, plump woman named Mama Cook. Years before, she was simply known as Adaora, the wife of a poor struggling man, the mother of 2 thin children, and a woman burdened by the kind of poverty that clawed into your soul like thorns on bare feet. Her husband, a soft-spoken palm wine tapper, did his best. They lived in a one-room mud house where the roof leaked, and the rats ran freely. Adaora's pot often stayed empty. Hunger became the 3rd child in their house. And slowly, like mist rising before a storm, something shifted inside her. She smiled less. She spoke less. But her eyes, those cold glassy eyes, always watched the flame of the candle she lit every night in silence. Then came that fateful day. It was market day. The streets were buzzing with women carrying baskets and men arguing over yams. But inside Adaora's hut, she lit a fat, thick candle and placed it on a wooden stool, right under a dry raffia mat hanging from the ceiling. She kissed her sleeping children softly on the forehead, stepped out, shut the door gently, and walked away with steady, unhurried feet. By the time the first wave broke through the marketplace, smoke had already started twisting into the air like a snake. The house was engulfed. Screams erupted. Neighbors rushed with buckets and calabashes, but it was too late. The house burned. To ashes. To silence. And to secrets. No one could find any bones. The fire was blamed. The villagers mourned her husband and her children, and Adaora wept, oh, how she wept, loud, gut-wrenching cries that pierced the skies. They thought she was mad with grief. But that night, when the moon hid behind the clouds and the owls hooted into the void, Adaora crept back to the ruin of her home. She scooped the warm, black ashes into a clay jar and buried it beneath a mango tree behind the ruins. A month passed. Then she opened a small food stall. She called it Mama Cook. And oh, her food. People said her egusi soup could bring the dead back to life. Her pepper soup healed broken hearts. Her okra soup tasted like something the gods ate. Soon, she became rich. Very rich. She grew fatter, her cheeks plumper, her skin glowing. People came from far and wide. Her business became a restaurant. Girls from the village wore bright red shirts with Mama Cook written boldly across their chests. But no one knew. No one knew what made her food so powerful. Until the girl came. Her name was Chica. A curious 14-year-old with bright eyes and a quick mind. Her mother, struggling to feed 6 children, begged Mama Cook to take Chica as a kitchen help. Let her learn something useful, her mother had pleaded. Mama Cook, busy wiping sweat from her forehead, barely looked up. She can start tomorrow. Chica quickly blended in with the other girls, stirring pots and pounding yam. But there was something different about her. She noticed things. She listened. She kept quiet. And one night, when she rose to ease herself in the backyard, she saw Mama Cook standing under the mango tree. Alone. Digging. A moment passed. Mama Cook reached into the earth and pulled out a jar, dusty, ancient, almost sacred. She opened it, dipped a spoon inside, and sprinkled some dark grey powder into a bowl. Then she smiled. That was the night the question took root in Chica's heart. And it would not let her sleep. The next week, Chica pretended to sweep the backyard. Mama Cook had gone to the market, the other girls were busy. She found the jar. She opened it. The smell hit her, like something burnt, something unnatural. Suddenly, the memories of the village tale came rushing back, the house fire, the no remains mystery, the timing of Mama Cook's success. Her hands trembled. Her eyes burned. Her stomach turned. She knew. She didn't scream. She didn't tell anyone. She waited. That night, when all were asleep, she carried the jar deep into the forest. She dug a hole near the roots of a kola tree, poured out the ashes. She wept as she poured them. Then, she gathered firewood, burned them down until they turned gray. She packed those new ashes into the jar and covered it. By morning, Mama Cook stirred the soup with the new ashes. She didn't notice anything strange. But something was wrong. That evening, the first man who ate her food vomited all over the floor. Then another woman fainted. By nightfall, 10 people had fallen sick. Mama Cook panicked. She blamed the water, the meat, the oil, anything. But Chica washed her carefully. Day 2. The sickness grew. Rumors flew. People started whispering again. Old memories rose. A few elders connected dots. Wasn't it after her family died she opened this place? One man muttered. She never buried them. There were no bones, another gasped. Mama Cook began to sweat. She rushed into the backyard. She dug up the jar. She opened it. She dipped her fingers in. She rubbed it, sniffed it. Her eyes widened. She knew. She looked around, frantic. But the wind told no secrets. That night, she ran. Before the moon could rise, she disappeared into the darkness, carrying only a small sack and the jar. No one saw her again. But the restaurant remained. Abandoned. The red uniforms faded in the sun. The pots rusted. The mango tree stood quiet. And Chica. She never spoke a word. But every time she passed that place, she crossed herself and whispered a prayer for the children lost in the fire.